Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful people. Welcome back to Light It Up with me, Sam. And as you can see, we're on the move and we're running. Today we are doing 6 times 1 minute running with 2 minutes walking. No, that's not a VO2 max session. That is just running along, getting these Achilles back used to a bit of stress, because a bit of stress on the body does go a long way, and my body has been very unstressed lately, and so it's very sensitive to anything. So we've just got to build it up and let it know that it's okay, we're all fine. So 10 seconds left on this and then we get to walk. How exciting. There we go then, I can talk a bit better now. What a beautiful day. You join me, first day of summer holidays for me. Yeah boy, come on. Just like a school kid, just as excited as I was when I was 7. So down on the coast, enjoying this beautiful sunshine, getting this workout done. I've been nervous about this because I'm sure you've all been there. That first run back where you're testing everything out, you're just so sensitive to it all. But I was like, look, I just got to get it done. And once I'm back, even walk running 3-4 times a week, that's going to be so good for how I feel about stuff. And so hopefully this goes well. I'm 3 in, I've got 3 more to go, 1 in 30 seconds, and then we're okay. So if you haven't been following the channel, totally fine. But a quick update, I did do one on the last video, but again, you might not have seen that. I'm just coming back from a couple of angry Achilles when I overdid some plyometric work. I really enjoy plyometrics, but I went a bit too far with them. Then I ran a hilly park run and I just angered my Achilles enough that meant I couldn't do Snowdon Marathon, which is very, very annoying. But I made the sensible choice, I scratched that, and now we're back doing this. So hopefully we can get back going and I can explain what the plans are for the rest of the year just after this run. Right, number 4 has been conquered. Like I said, it just all feels very hot and very sensitive, but there's got to be a point where you just push on through. And sometimes I've got that wrong, sometimes I've got it right. Hopefully today is I get it right. So I've got Copenhagen Marathon coming up in like 8 weeks time. So plan is a couple of weeks of rehab and then back to relatively normal training. But I'm not going to be pushing for Copenhagen at all. I just want to complete it. Might run it with my sister and pace her, or might just run. Hopefully I can run at full speed by then, but it's definitely not going to be the maximum speed that I'm after. And just see what happens and enjoy it and make a fun video. Then I've got lots of 10Ks and half marathons, Barnes Green, Hastings half marathon, Barnes Green half marathon that is, Hove 10K, and then we go into the big block for Seville half marathon where I do want to properly train. So my options have been, do I train for Copenhagen, have some rest, and then have a bit of a gap and then train for Seville? Or do I train for Barnes Green or Hastings half marathons, go through Copenhagen just as part of the training plan? Or, and the one I'm going for, is I'm going to do a 10K training plan starting in 2 or 3 weeks time, where actually I can just build up, run nice and easy, just build up the mileage in my legs. I want to aim for, you know, the mileages that I was running when I was going at my fastest last year, and then have a week's break and then straight into Seville half marathon training. So I think it gives me, I have like a block of 10 weeks, then a week off, and then I have a 12-week block. So I don't want to, it's only half marathon, I don't want to be training for weeks and weeks and weeks, it'll get boring. So I do that, finish Seville half marathon, and then I go into a 10-week block for Brighton Marathon, where obviously I'll add in those other bits. But I thought 10K, half marathon, marathon, it's a good progression, and the training can progress in the same way, and then we can absolutely build some speed, build some endurance, ready for 2026, where if we can stay injury free, touch wood, with all the correct training, then we're good to go. I haven't run like my fastest, I haven't tried my hardest since I've been doing all my strength work, but I can definitely feel it. Even when I'm running slower, I can feel that there's more power and pop in my legs. So I'm absolutely buzzing. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to doing a 5k big effort, but that's not just yet. I want to get back to running sub 20 comfortably, which I was doing before I got injured, and then really push on, do some sub 19s, and then go to sub 18, hopefully before the end of the year. So all that training will hopefully support that. Right, I'm going to go back to myself at the beginning, because to do all that training, I need help with how I plan and use my time most efficiently. And I've got some ideas about what we can do. So back to me at the start of this run. Right, so I've got a lot of plans and races that I want to be doing over the next few months and over the next year. And my dilemma is I've always done my own Google spreadsheet. I've used books like the Fitzinger marathon book and the 80-20 by Matt Fitzgerald, and trying to organise all of that and come up with the plan is a pain in the arse. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of work. And with work, family, editing, you know, running, all that stuff, if there's an easier way to take away some of that hassle, then maybe I should take it. And I've always been a bit of a snob when it comes to like these running apps, thinking, oh, I don't need that, I'm better than that. But actually, that's just stupid, that's ridiculous. And so I've had a thought and I had a look at them, and I think actually maybe this is the way to go, because it's not the actual workouts and the plan that I need help with. It's just all the organisation of it all, the tracking of it, and these apps do all that stuff, which is going to save me so much time and effort. So I need your help, because I know, for example, like with Runna, so the options are, we've got Runna, we've got Garmin, we've got Coopah, and we've got Kaizen, which does do something slightly different, which I'll talk about later. But Runna, for example, people say it's mainly for beginners who just don't know about what sort of running they need to do. And obviously I'm fully aware of what sort of intervals and workouts I need to do. I've done it a few times. I've built marathon plans to a finish and got PBs and stuff like that. So I know the process, but I think using something like Runna will really help me to just take one element of stress away from it. And it's this part that I really hate, where you're before a training cycle and you've got to think of it. You've got to decide what you're going to do. So it takes all that thinking and hassle away from it. Now, lots of people say one of Runna's cheeky little ways of getting you to sign up is they give you a predicted time that's very, very fast. And so you go, oh yeah, that's amazing. A bit like in shops where they say a size 8 is a size 8 when actually it's a size 12, but oh, I'm a size 8, lovely, I'll wear that. I'm not sure if they still do that, but that definitely used to be a thing, I'm sure. But I know that I can adjust my paces, and I know myself, and I've got very good, especially over the last 6 months, at listening to my body and knowing and finding the limits. And you can also do Runna, you can do RPE, so rate of perceived exertion, instead of paces, which I think is bang on for me. So instead of saying, right, you've got to run, you know, kilometre repeats at 3:45 per k, you've got to run them at 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. So on any given day, your 8 out of 10 is going to be different. So instead of, because I would just be like, right, no matter what, I'm hitting that 3:45 pace because I have to. Whereas now I go, oh, 8 out of 10. And whatever that pace is at the end of that workout is what the pace is. So I need your help with, do you use Runna? Do you use Coopah? Do you use Kaizen? Do you use Garmin? What are some of the things to look out for? Runna has like a comprehensive, has like all the strength workouts and mobility and Pilates and all sorts of stuff. And again, I would really enjoy doing that. Like the strength stuff, for example, I've got Becky, my PT, and I'm gonna be working with her, and I've got my own things, but being able to adjust the strength stuff and get some ideas from the app and blend it in with what I'm doing, again, will work really, really well. And then you could also like, add in holidays where it adjusts the plan accordingly. I mean, the absolute dream, what you want is trainer road. And those of you who are cyclists will probably know trainer road. But the AI of trainer road is absolutely second to none. And Runna is going that direction. And I've checked them out on Reddit. They're constantly updating their software and always improving and adding things. And I think, you know, their aim is to become the trainer road of running apps. So they've got their beginners, you know, hooked in. We're just making it all work. But I think they're also going to really aim for runners like me and others who want to push on. I want to get a sub-3 marathon. I know, you know, a lot about running and training. I've done lots of reading and research, but I also don't want to have to be my own coach the entire time because I've got other stuff to do in my life. This is just a hobby. Obviously, I would love to work with a coach. Becky's fiance Dan, check him out, DJC Fitness on Instagram. I'd love to work with him, but at the moment I can't just justify the price of a coach compared to just the yearly cost, matching it in with my Strava for Runna. But likewise, is Coopah, because I know Coopah's a bit cheaper, is that worth doing? I know Aubrey, Bigger Than Running, he uses Coopah and has had some really good experiences with that. But then Strava joined up with Runna, so my premium subscription, you pay like 120 I think for both of them, so it ends up cheaper overall if you're going to have both those apps, which I am going to have. Mainly Strava Maps is the premium feature that is worth it alone, let alone all the other stuff you get as well. So yeah, let me know, and I'm gonna cut back to me hopefully running. I have been warming up for 15 minutes now. It's meant to be a 10-minute brisk walk, but I'm filming this, so a bit of extra time, and fingers crossed in the future I'm running and loving it. Right, whoosh. Cool, that was the 5th one done. I'm pretty sure it was 5. I can't even count to 6. It's troubling. Yeah, I want to just carry on, but I've got to trust this process. With Achilles injuries and soft tissue, you have to gradually load it bit by bit, so you've got to be patient. So I'm learning lots of lessons with this, where I could just, you know, run all the way home now, but I'm going to finish while I'm ahead. One more, still feel good, walk it off, and then you're meant to check the day after the stiffness, the feeling in your Achilles. Is it any better, any worse, or is it the same? If it's the same, then that's the green light to up it a bit more. So hopefully tomorrow morning when I wake up, there'll be a little bit stiff, but not too bad. A couple of calf raises and we're good to go. And then I can do 2 minutes, and then 3 minutes, and then next week I will then hopefully be back to running just full 5Ks, nice and easy, and then it'll be all good from then on, is the plan. Now it's Wednesday today. I do want to run parkrun on Saturday. I want to make a video. And so there's, you know, that element of YouTube getting in the way of running and vice versa. But I think we'll see how it feels. If I can get a good run in today, maybe, yeah, run tomorrow, easy again. I've got PT on Friday, and we'll see how we feel on Saturday. Even if it's a super easy run, that might be good for it. I'm definitely not bouncing on my toes or anything like that, so yeah, should be fine. There we are then, 6 reps of running done, and I'm still able to walk. Pain, less than 2 out of 10. Well, not even pain, like ache, stiffness, warmth, I would say. And that's all part of the Achilles rehab process. You can't just do nothing and then suddenly be able to run again. You've got to retrain them, get the fluid and all the, I don't know, sinews and bits going on in the tendon to recover it properly. So step 1 has been done, and I'm going to get some more runs done and build up, and hopefully this time next week I'm able to run for at least 5k. Maybe on Saturday I run for 5k, but I've got to be sensible. So thanks very much for watching. Fully aware these videos are not as exciting as if I was doing a nice long trail run with lots of me running and stuff like that, but I'm using it as a bit of like almost like a diary podcast style vibe of just talking through my training, talking through the process, because everyone at some point will get injured, and having, I don't know, something to watch where I'm talking through that. I could just not post anything, and the next thing I post is me running 5k PBs and all that sort of stuff, but that's not the sort of channel I want. And I'm fully aware that it definitely lost me some viewers, some subscribers last week, because yeah, I posted that video and then 5 or 6 people decided it wasn't for them, which is fine, no hard feelings. I get it. I know some people have probably signed up to this channel because of the parkrun videos, and then you get me doing like a diary style vlog thing. So if you only want parkrun videos, you don't have to subscribe if you don't want to, and you can just catch those as and when. Or if you want to be really nice, you can subscribe, not watch these videos, and still watch the parkrun runs, or you can watch these ones as well. I really enjoy making them, so you know, if they don't get as many views, that's totally fine with me. I'm still going to make them because I think it's nice for people to see all the aspects of running as a hobby for people. And one of the big things for me at the moment is coming back from injury and looking ahead and being positive, because otherwise you could just end up giving up and you just don't do it and you take up cycling, which is what so many people do, and then you get hit by a car like I did, or it's too expensive and you decide to come back to running, which is also what I did. But yeah, seriously though, thank you very much for watching, and some more vlogs. Every time I run I'll probably do one of these, so we're going to be whacking these out at a fast rate hopefully, and then parkrun videos coming soon as well, and then Copenhagen video and race videos from Barnes Green and all that sort of jazz. Don't want to do just POV for those races, or carry the camera as well and do like mid-run talking, all that jazz. So let me know if you've got a preference, because I know some creators do one way, some do the other. I want to find my own style. I don't mind running with a camera. My Brighton half marathon was really fun that I did this year, but that was using both. Anyway, this video is gonna, again, I always try and aim for like 10 to 12 minutes, and I know this is gonna end up at least 20 minutes. So thanks for hanging in there. If you're one of the few that make it to the very end, I massively appreciate it. YouTube punish channels where people don't watch till the end, and one way of ensuring that probably happens is making really long videos, and people don't stay on it. I'm whittering on. Right, see you next time. Thanks very much. Peace.